much like the shot clock, all I've heard for the last 24 hours is a lot of hate for what we did yesterday. Despite the fact that I thought it was great, I thought the content was great. I thought we were providing really good content. At least I thought we did. But just like I thought the shot clock was great, and you guys made me get rid of that. Just like I thought the shot clock was great, I really thought, I thought the content we produced yesterday and today were really, really good. But all I've really gotten in response to what I thought was really, really good content, got a lot of negative, and I'll be quite honest with you, some really nasty feedback. Like, because they didn't like the format, they hated me and made commentary about my mom and stuff like that. Anyway, so I was like, all right, well then, if that's not what people want, despite the fact that we had record numbers on our views yesterday, and so far the views on today's videos are pretty damn good. I mean, we're only a few hours since the videos got posted up. And you got to remember, normally our segment videos, you go back to like last year, our segment videos are hitting 4,000 views, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 views, right? That's after 24 hours. Today's videos, in just a couple of hours, our Mario Brothers video has 13,200 views. Our first look at Captain America has 24,067 views. Our Disney buying Hulu's remaining shares video has 16,100 views. Our Deadpool 3 working title video is 13,200 views. And that's after only being up for a couple of hours. So, I mean, the numbers have been good, but the feedback, what our audience has told me is, we don't want this. That's what the audience has told me, that we don't want this. Now that's the context. Now let's get to the announcement. So with the audience telling me we don't want this, and I listen to the audience. I do. I don't always do what the audience wants me to do, because if the audience knew how to do what I do, they'd be doing what I do. But I do listen to the collective wisdom of our audience. And like, so much of our audience came back with so much anger and so much hatred for what we did yesterday with our segment videos, despite the fact that they were record-setting numbers. People were so upset with it that I do listen to the collective of our audience. I pay attention and I listen. What is not going to happen, though, is that the John Campea Show live show is not coming back. It's not coming back. At some point, I need to look at my life. And I mean, you also got to understand the position I'm in. I've enjoyed a lot of success the last 20 years. I've been horseshoe up my ass lucky that I've enjoyed nothing but success for the past 20 years. And I've been in a very, very fortunate position right now that I can retire tomorrow and be perfectly good. Because I've managed, my career. I've managed my finances. I've managed my business in such a way that I can retire tomorrow. And so I need to ask myself, at this point in my life, do I really want to kill myself working 12, 13, 14 hours a day, every day, for something that only delivers 20% of the results that we get on our channel? Do I really want to keep living where my wife feels like our marriage is, sorry, babe, gotta work? Or is it time for me to make some significant changes? I took a swing in the dark. I threw a Hail Mary to try to keep it as normal as possible by still having the segment videos go up, but those have been rejected. The people have rejected that. And so since the people have rejected that, with such anger and such vitriol and all this kind of stuff, I've decided, well, then we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it anymore. Like if my inbox is just going to be inundated with how much people don't think I know what I'm doing and how much they hate everything that I'm doing and how much they hate the new change, all that. If that's going to be my life, I'd rather just go, no, thank you. No, thank you. So remember a few minutes ago, I said, when I realized we needed to make a change, there was one thing I was going to do, but then I decided not to, and we would try this other thing first, which is, the segments. Remember that? Well, that's what we're going to do instead. I am announcing right now to you guys, our channel members, that the John Campea Show on YouTube is no more. I am retiring the John Campea Show on YouTube. And instead, the John Campea Show podcast in audio only form, which is about 1/4 of the work, but every bit as much of the fun, is now the new emphasis of my company and myself. So here's what's going to happen. We are moving over. This is something I've given a lot of thought to. Like, I've thought about moving everything over. I mean, I still remember like 8 months ago, Rob and I having dinner one night and me even talking to Rob about, I've got this thing in my head about just moving into podcast. I mean, podcasting has taken a huge leap forward since I got the John Campea Show started and all that kind of stuff. And, it's really attractive to me because I still get to do what I love to do, which is just talking movies and movie news and TV and stuff like that. But at about 1/4 of the effort that it takes to put in a live video show of the production value that I like to do it in. And so starting tomorrow, there is no more John Campea Show, no more segments. None of that stuff will be on the YouTube channel. Instead, I highly encourage you guys, if you guys will do me the honor of following me over there, search for and subscribe to the John Campea Show podcast, because that is where my show will now live, is in audio-only podcast form. Now, what about the rest of the YouTube channel? The rest of the YouTube channel is still going to keep going. The YouTube channel is still going to we're still going to do open mics because they're easy to do, right? I love doing open mics. I just sit down, turn on the camera, take questions, let's go and talk and have fun. So I love doing open mics. So open mics are still going to be on the YouTube channel. Right Out of the Theater movie review reactions are still going to be on the channel. And 2 or 3 times a week, we will put up individual like editorial videos and stuff like that. So there'll be like 4 or 5 videos a week will go up on the channel, like short editorial types of videos and things like that. We're still going to do that. But the main thing, the John Campea Show is now going to be a podcast, only thing.
There's vultures and thieves at your back. Storm keeps on twisting. You keep on building lies that you make up for all that you lack. It don't make no difference. Escape one last time. It's easier to believe in this sweet madness, all this glorious sadness that brings me to my knees. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this